will tell you 2-3 stories that happened to me last year, where I was contacted by NGO, another NGO, a local one. And the woman said to me, okay, Mrs. Fouffé, we have 4,000 members, and I'm afraid we are growing to 7,000 members, and they are people of the countryside, they are very poor. Okay? So I asked the woman to speak to me about where they were living, all of them, what was the region, what was actually what they were doing. And she explained to me that, in fact, they were kind of the southern region of Ivory Coast, because the NGO is based in Ivory Coast. So, and I said to her, okay, so basically what are they doing? What is there that can be done in your region? And so she delivered to me the background of the region, and she says to me, we are most fishers. We deal with fish. So we love fish, we eat fish, and so on. And I said to her, okay, but why can't you think to use that, what you love, to make some money on? And she started to smile, but I was very serious about. And I started to draw a table, and she started to mock at me, because she says that she doesn't see how, with a table, she can give jobs to 1,000 or 2,000 people of her NGO. So when I finished my drawing, she discovered that that was not actually a table, but it was a smoking unit. And I put 5 crosses on the 2 sides and 1 cross on the right. I left the left for the charcoal, you know. And I explained to the lady, because she told me that the people of her NGO were coming from almost 300 villages. So what I said to her was that I could handle 200, not 300 for a start. And I showed her the picture, and I said, okay, now you told me that people all around the country of Ivory Coast, are eating smoked fish. Then let us make money with smoked fish. I assure you, when I started, they laughed, because she came not alone. She came with 10 of the members, which were all of them women. And they really thought that I was not serious. But when I made a plan and I started to calculate, I said to her, listen, you say to me that you have 300 villages. I propose to you to start with smoking units in 200 villages. You just need to put 1 unit per village, one per village, and you have 5 women per village. So 5 times 200 makes 1,000, isn't it? Am I wrong? So the lady says to me, yes, perfect. 5 times 200 is 1,000. And I said to her, but you know what is the best of the story? She said, no. I said, now you actually have job for 2,000 people, because they can be smoking the fish and at the same time selling it. So they need a relative, a parent to hire someone, and that makes perfectly 2,000 jobs. So what I want you to understand with this is that most of the time we are thinking that we need to go following the rules. No. Now in Africa, we need to think out of the box. It's because I was not in that country permanently. It's because I was coming from abroad that I could step back and look what was actually bringing jobs to them. So we used to think following, for example, I'm speaking from the French colonized country. We used to follow a certain path of thinking. I think that the best thing for us, and it's actually seen on the ground where we are acting, is to try to sort of think out of the box, but think out of the box with what we have locally. And that's how those women, now there are 7,000, but indeed, we are putting in place that plan since 6 months. And you will see that when you have the idea and when you want to implement it, it's very different. So when you go to implement it, you will discover that almost, let's see, 800 of the women that were supposed to be smoking that fish are illiterate. So even though you create jobs for them, you have to be sure that at least they know how to read or they know how to count. So that brings us an issue that we have to solve by involving another foundation, a mobile foundation called Orange Foundation, and which decided to give lessons to those people. And they started by groups of 300 women. So this was just to give you some skills about creating in 5 minutes 2,000 jobs. I'm sure that in all your countries, because we have of different nationalities here, we are doing the same. Now, let me share with you a second story about financing people with their own money. The next day, the same women came with me with all lieutenants. I used to call the ladies following her lieutenants. And she says to me, okay, madam, we have listened to you yesterday, it was brilliant, but today we have another issue. I said, okay, explain to me. She says, now we have gathered a book of projects. Actually, there are 200 projects, but we just need to start one project. It was in CFA francs, 50,000 CFA francs. So I asked the lady, okay, so what is the global amount to finance everything? And she said, we need 10 million CFA francs. I said, perfect. You told me you are 7,000. So I need each member of you to collect 2,000 CFA. And I provide for each project 50,000 CFA. She did not understand. She think a while, and after she said to me, okay, deal done. And I look at the woman. I said, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I said to her, maybe we do not have the same calculation basis, but 7,000 times 2,000 I asked to you, it's actually 14 millions, and you just need 10. So basically, I am actually robbing you because you will pay for my advices and for me to find you a finance with your own money. Okay, at that time, the lady come and grab me and kiss me and say, oh, you are a genius. No, I was not. Actually, I went to learn mathematics at school. So basically, I explained to the lady that you don't really need to go. Sometimes in group, we are stronger than going in bank, where a bank officer will start to ask you your reference starting from your birth. Were you having a heart attack? No. Thank you. So basically, the thing is this. Please, please, please think about it, and I'm very serious about that. We are suffering today because we are focused on problems, okay? The next one who will say to me that he has a problem, I will slap him. Now, starting from today, you focus on solutions. You focus on solutions. All of you there standing, you are brilliant, you are intelligent. I'm sure in your domains, you are maybe wonderful. I mean, but if we, all of us, we gather and decide to create teams, I'm sure that Africa will advance more fast. Today, making an advocacy to the youth and to the women, please, please, do not wait people to show you the way. You have already all the resources by joining your forces together.